Because the time has come for the black man to forget his hero worship of other races and to create and emulate heroes of his own.
Niger, Burkina, and Mali have an amazing endowment of uranium, of lithium, of manganese, and of gold. When people talk about critical minerals, these four are among those that are mentioned. These are not poor countries, but they are countries where people are poor.
They decide how they're gonna divide Africa, and you take this country, I'll take this country. They're down, they're stupid. So we will take the country. We buy this what they saw us, and they still see us like this until this day. Because you know what, we're nothing to them. We're just dummy, stupid. No human. We don't feel, no pain. They can torture us, say whatever, do whatever. When people, they don't see, human, it's difficult, man. We just want to be in peace and do our things.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Kandil, for your remarks, particularly around governance. I think if there can be two elephants in a room, there are two elephants in the room that we haven't quite touched on. You touched on the first, which relates to the authority of the state in all of its territory, and the need. Even we can have a conversation around, as the president alluded to, around the three Sahelian states rejoining ECOWAS. But when you look at the need even to establish a trilateral arrangement through the Alliance of Sahelian States, that was built in a recognition that perhaps individually we're not strong enough to deal with and to counter some of these issues, right? But recognizing that the region for them still matters. And I say this because if you look at the expanse of Niger and Mali in particular, even when they were dealing with some of the issues around smuggling or trafficking of persons, right? What was happening in Niamey versus what was happening in Agadez was different. You need a central authority, and this is what they are working towards establishing. Because you can have a government in power, but if they do not have the authority on the entire territory, some of the issues that we discuss cannot be handled easily. And I think we have to recognize that. The other one is a very brief elephant in the room. Niger, Burkina, and Mali have an amazing endowment of uranium, of lithium, of manganese, and of gold.
Yeah.
When people talk about critical minerals, these four are among those that are mentioned. These are not poor countries, but they are countries where people are poor because even the governance of those resources right now still is not with those three countries.
Goodness, bravo. Thank you. See? Only it takes African to understand African. Only. She's spot on. Spot on. Thank you for speaking that. This well done. Because of the resource. The Western, they want nothing with the people of Mali. They just want the resource. That's it. They don't care what we live or die. They don't care. They don't care even our children, our young people, they suffer in hunger, die. They don't care. They really don't care. What they care is what is underground, is what is coming out in that land, in Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. That's what they want. There's gods. There's all kind of resource in that country. What did the Western, they said in, colonial time? What did they say? In Burkina Faso, they can't grow anything because of the ground that they have. But why now you got Captain Ibrahim Traore growing? Look at that. They're growing things in that country. They said nothing is there, but why everything is growing over there?
Liar! That's a lie.
They are liar. They don't want nothing. They have no best interest for African country. It's not just Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger. Majority of the African country, especially the black one, this Western, they have no interest in us to be successful in life or to have better education or to have jobs, to feed a family. They don't care about that. All they care, you dig, Give us what you have, and we make our people rich. That's it.
Otilia.
Simple. It's a repetition of some of what I've already said. The first is to recognize that you're re-engaging in a community. Consultation goes without saying. The second, which former PM Zebo just alluded to now, is understanding that context. Countries, young people, these are developmental societies. Focusing on those aspects is as critical as ensuring the stability and security. It's almost going back to the old framing of the UN Global Counterterrorism Strategy, where in spite of the pillar on building communities and development, people focused on the fourth, which was on security and military security only.
As we heard, I really like that lady. Brilliant. I like her response. She really spoke really well. We betray our country, or we feel like we feel like we're close to the Western. We became the enemy of the African. This is the sickness about us Black people. We need to start to understanding giving education to our children is very important, because for us to be better, to be great, is our children, because the future is them. It's for our children to understand this life is not easy. We need to stand up to them bully people. Africa, we have this disease. A lot of people, they like to sell us when they see the Western. We give away our power. African, we like to give away our power. As Black people, in general, everyone, I see Black people, we love to give away our power. We like to give away what we want to share with others, especially when it comes to the Western. We have a lot of African leaders that they want to share power with the Western. Or probably they'll even give the country to the Western. That's what we do. As long as I'm getting a little bit of money, the country is under Western, it's finished. I don't care about the people. The only thing I care about is my pocket and the people that are close to me. This is what Africa is struggling to grow, because we have people. Physical, we look strong. Mentally, we're weak. The problem with us in Africa is this. Physical, look strong. Mentally, we're weak. Education is something that we like to throw out the window. It's the people that they had great idea in Africa, majority of them, you found vast of them in a cemetery. Vast majority of people that they're very intelligent in Africa, they're no longer with us. A lot of them, they're in the cemetery because they dream it died with them. They dream it went with them, because people like me and you that are so dumb, that we look down in other Black people, we like to hold other Black people. What we did, we analyze them people. So they dream it died with them. And we're struggling to get that dream back. This is the problem with us African. We like to throw the dream that people that we know they're smarter than us, they're stronger than us, they're very know best for the country. We like to get rid of them. And if you go to an entire continent in the world where a lot of Black people we are, that's what we do. And we need to do everything our children, they don't become corrupt like we was or we are.
Damn.
Because you think Donald Trump and his children, they're going to be different. No, the apple does not fall far from the tree, because Donald Trump's children, they're seeing how Donald Trump is. They're learning from him. They're trying to adapt his way. You think they're going to be different? Hell no.
You ain't lying.
You think our children, they're seeing the way we acting, the way we behaving, they're going to be different to us? Hell no. It's very rare to see children different from their heart and mind, so they can be completely different. It's rare to see that, because we copy what we see. It's like a mirror. It's a reflect. That's why it's difficult. And that's why I'm glad what I'm seeing from Sahel, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, what they're doing. I'm glad. If that it can affect a lot of African countries, we're going to be better. We will be great, but it's very hard. Them free countries, they're fighting our battle is difficult when you have all the devil's horn around you.
I hate my opponent.
It's not them free country they fight in not just Africa, the entire world outside Africa, and the African inside is all. My goodness, That's a hard battle to fight when all odds is against you. To win, you will dodge a lot of assassination, and that's what is happening in Sahel. I praise them, Captain and General, what they're trying to do in their country. I hope they succeed, and I hope Russia really work well with African, and I hope Chinese can work really well with Africa, not with guns to fight a war. It's about agriculture, infrastructure, engineering. That's how we need to work so we can fix the country. We pull more jobs as well in our country so the people they can benefit from that. That's what I heard. Majority of the thing I speak about is only my opinion and is about education purpose. I hope you can like and subscribe. I'll catch you out to the next one. Peace.